Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and another episode of Come Garden with Me. And so today we are going to be planting this Monstera Deliciosa. Now I'm going to bring it forward so you can see, but we're going to try to revive it. It's got a little bit of sickness going on here because the soil that we used originally from the plant that's like the big mama that this one came from, because these are clippings, right? You can propagate these, and that's exactly what we did here. And you can see the roots that grew simply just by cutting one of these stems off of the master plant and putting it in water. So what I'm going to do now is I actually have this bin here that has composted soil inside, and so basically I've put eggshells over the course of a few weeks. There's some watermelon, anything that's organic really, went into the soil to try to bring out the nutrient denseness of the earth. So I have this broccoli here too. And so what I'm going to be doing is transplanting this plant into this bigger pot with some of the compost soil to try to revive it and see if a new little offshoot is going to come out healthier that way. So I'm just going to be moving the soil in my bigger pot off to the sides, and I'm just going to quickly take this plant out and gauge how deeply I need the soil to be, or how deep the soil needs to be in order for it to be okay. And so I think it's pretty good. I have about 5 inches of soil in here already. I'm going to add some of the composting soil down at the bottom as well. Now this hasn't fully disintegrated, so there'll literally be chunks of celery, or this is zucchini actually, and broccoli, but I'm just going to just mix it inside with this soil here. That way, when it decomposes, the plant gets a little bit extra vitamins. And another thing that I want to make a note is that, so this Monstera's new leaf is coming out of this shoot here. And so I'm going to actually be planting the plant to the far left corner here so that it continues to grow in this direction. So each new shoot is going to grow like this, so it's going to fill out on this side. So I'm pushing the plant out to the left as much as possible. Now I'm just going to use some of this compost soil and fill and cover the roots and fill the pot. And then over the course of a few weeks, I'm going to keep you posted on how it's doing, and hopefully this new foliage that comes out is much healthier, and especially with this added nutrition from the compost soil. So I have this big piece of broccoli that I'm just going to be chunking out into little pieces. Probably should have done that when I tossed it in, but I did not. And so these plants thrive in some good sunlight. It doesn't necessarily have to be direct sunlight, but it helps. So placing these guys by a window is optimal. But I would avoid putting them in direct sunlight for too long because I think part of what happened here was actually an overexposure of sunshine. So be mindful of that. So indoors is best. A little tip too, I have this bucket here down below to capture the fallen soil instead of it going all over the place and on the table. It makes cleanup a little bit easier. All right. I think that's enough compost soil, so now I'm just going to top it off with some regular soil that I have here and fill it up. So I'm just slowly and gently pressing down the soil with my fingertips downwards, just to compact it slightly. I'm actually going to pull from a different pot. So once I'm done this, I'll give you guys a little zoom in so you can see where the new shoot is going to be coming out of, and a little bit closer up on the positioning inside the pot. Okay, so I think this is good. I'm also going to water it down, that way it compacts a little bit more. But I think this is good. So I'm just going to quickly clean up some of these old roots out of the soil, because you can recycle your soil too, especially if you're doing the composting. Your plant will have enough nutrients. Okay, so you can see the positioning of the plant is to the left of my pot. So now each new offshoot, which is growing here, is going to fill in the pot as it grows this way. You can see here that this is where a new leaf is going to be coming out of, right here. And this is the damage on the roots. I think this was over sun exposure, but it was already not doing too well, and I think that was because of the soil that we had used. We're reviving it now. So stay tuned on the progress. Okay, so I filled up my jar with fresh water. So I'm just going to cover the soil in the pot here with some water. Just get an idea of how much more soil, if need be, the plant would need. Sometimes as well, it takes a little bit of time for the water to go through when you first start watering the plant after you've transplanted it in a pot. So it just takes a little sec for the water to drain throughout the soil. And so yeah, these plants are great because you can propagate them and you can make more, share them with friends and family. And so there you have it. I think the soil level seems pretty good. It hasn't changed too much, or like compacted too much, I should say. And so voila, here I'll move this guy out of the way. So there you have it. I'll keep you posted on the new foliage that starts to come out of the plant. And hopefully it is nice and healthy and grows to be a nice, big, beautiful Monstera Deliciosa. So stay tuned for that, and be sure to make your own compost. You know, keep your organics to the side, recycle them, and put them in your soil. It doesn't have to be completely broken down for it to work, so I hope you enjoy your gardening and plant caring, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.